All right, you guys. Well, good morning. It is 9 o'clock sharp, and thank you, everybody, for connecting on time. This is Carla, and I'm super excited for today's call. For those of you who didn't join us last week or haven't, this maybe your first time on the call, we've been doing these calls now for almost, well, actually over a year now, and every month we kind of take on a new series. And last week we started a call series based on the book Think and Grow Rich. And what I want to do today, we're going to be covering the rest of this month, October, the 13 principles of Think and Grow Rich. And so last week we covered only one, and we really took a lot of time on this one, which was the desire. That one, for one to be able to manifest and to think and grow yourself rich, right? And rich meaning money, health, relationships, abundance, whatever rich is for you. And one of the things that we talked about last week was the importance of having that burning desire. And what we ended up doing, for those of you who didn't listen to the call, I sent you guys a text this morning asking you to please listen to last week's call, because every week from now on, for the rest of the month, we're going to be building on the previous week. And so, from the beginning, one of the things that we've been doing, or that I've been trying to do with these calls, has been to bring you guys value from the things that I go out there and the seminars that I attend and the books that I read, the classes that I take. I really, really love to just come and share what it is that I've gotten from whatever it is that I've been doing, okay? And so one of the things that I wanted to do today is, as I was meditating, hold on. Before I jump into today's speaker, last week, what we decided to do was to take on the challenge for every single one of us on the call. We made a pact last week that we would, take on the first principle of the book of Think and Grow Rich, and that is to write down a statement of our burning desire that had specific components of specific amounts of money or goal that you were going to do, when you were going to achieve it. I forgot the formula, but it was like 5 steps, right? Anyway, so one of the things that we did was that we challenged ourselves to put this into practice every single morning and every single night, to write a statement the moment we woke up and before we went to bed. And I have to tell you, I took on the challenge, and all last week I can honestly say I only missed one day. I actually really did do my meditation in the morning and really visualize and declare what it is, my statement. And then every night what I ended up doing was, rather than just saying it out loud, I actually wrote it down. So I have this book, this little notebook that's sitting next to my bed, and the only thing it's every day I'm literally writing down my declaration. And one of the things that I have found is that I have been able to stay more focused with my goals, and to really, and last night I actually celebrated, because yesterday was a very, very productive day. I was completely on track with what I said I was going to do. And so my first sentence on my little book was, I wanted to celebrate that fact. And then I put my burning desire, I declared it, my declaration of what I was going to do, to achieve it, and all that stuff by the date, all those components were there. So what I thought this morning as I was meditating, I woke up at 5:30 and was doing my meditation, and all of a sudden it hit me that last night I was talking to a very good friend of mine. Now, a lot of you guys who have been on these calls since last year have heard me talk a lot about this Core 4 concept. For those of you who have not listened to it, go onto the website, entrepreneurintelligence.com, all one word, and under the training series, there's the audio of Core 4. And one of the things I brought to you guys was that last year I had an opportunity to meet an individual. He's an amazing guy. His name is Raul Fiassi, and a lot of you guys met him in San Jose. And when I met this gentleman, immediately we became friends, him and his wife. We ended up going to dinner, and we ended up building this amazing relationship. But one of the things that's really great about Raul is that he is somebody, I can safely say someone like me that just loves to share. And so I had an opportunity to go to one of his events. He put on this event called the Next Level Experience, where he brings together all kinds of people, where they come and they bring in different ideas. And one of the things that he has been known for is this whole concept of the morning ritual. And for those of you, let me give you a little bit of background before I introduce him, and that is he's actually a platinum member with Anthony Robbins, and which basically means he gets to travel the world with Anthony Robbins and does special workshops with him. And he actually, I don't think he'll have time to talk about his whole story, but when he came to San Jose, he shared with us how one of the things that he ended up doing, or one of the things that happened to him, was that he had a lot of stomach problems from all the stress that he had. And so what ended up happening was that when he went to Anthony Robbins, he started to doing a lot of meditations and things like that to release his stress and to be more effective in his life. But he asked Anthony Robbins, he's like, what is the secret to your success? What is it, if there's one thing that you could honestly say that has, set you apart from everybody else? And Anthony Robbins said, the secret to many people's success is their habits, their rituals. You are who you are, not because of what you do or don't do, but it's the ritual that you do every single day. And so Anthony Robbins explained to him what his ritual was. So one of the things that Raul started doing was creating his own ritual. Now I'm going to let him explain all this, but he's actually jumping off another call and getting on the call with us in just a few minutes. But before he gets on, I wanted to give you the platform for you to understand, and a lot of you guys who went to San Jose, or those of you who went to the STS in Fresno when I was there, you got to experience it, where we actually had three components to this morning ritual, and everybody will do it differently. Raul, I'm sure, will share what his morning ritual is, but this is something that he has manifested literally his life out of it. Just to give you a little background about him, he's a realist. He's a very, very well-off, very successful realtor. He actually owns a realtor office. It's one of the fastest, one of the biggest realtor offices in New York City, and in the East Coast. And not only did he achieve his first million by the age of 30, but when the whole economy went down, he lost almost everything, and he had very few left. And he actually turned to his wife and said, hey, look, if you're with me for the money, I just got to tell you, we're running out of it. And she said to him, I will be with you even if we live under a tree. And these are his words. He says, as a man, we need a woman to fight for. And the fact that she said that gave me the courage to fight. And he brought out that warrior inside of him and started, really changing his mindset, changing his morning rituals, changing what he does, changing his daily habits, and completely got himself back up on his feet 6 months later. Now, he not only runs a very successful real estate firm, but now he does these events called the Next Level Experience, where he brings all kinds of entrepreneurs from around the world. I believe he does it every 3 months, and he brings in specialists that will talk about the mind, the body, the relationships, and your business. And so this whole Core 4 concept was done by our mutual friend, Garrett White. And it's in the concept of really focusing your life on 4 things every single day. Number 1, on your body. And you're really focusing that your body is a vessel for your business and for your life. If you don't take care of your body, seriously, if you don't have the energy, if you don't have the stamina, you're really not going to be able to achieve the amount of success that you could because you're fatigued, right? The second thing to focus on is the spirit, the meditation. And he's going to talk to us about what his meditation process is every single morning and what it has done for him. The third part of it is relationships. Is actually nurturing your relationships every single day. You pick 2 relationships to nurture, and you literally invest in them every single day. I know that him and his wife, they go on a date. I don't know if it's once a week or twice a month or something like that, but it is scheduled to be able to nurture that relationship, which is his wife. And then the fourth component is business, and that is to do something every single day to invest in your business, whether it's a personal development, a book, an audio, something, and the other component is to take action. And again, if you haven't heard this Core 4 concept, you want to go ahead and go on entrepreneurintelligence.com, and under the training series, you'll see it there. It says Core 4. Okay? So I don't know, Raul, are you on the line yet? Okay, so he's going to be getting on any minute, he said by 9:10 or so. So what I want to do really quick is I want to go ahead and just for the sake of time, by the time he gets on the call, I would love to hear from you guys really briefly. What have you guys gotten? Did anybody, number one, anybody take on the challenge of doing the morning rituals every single day, of declaring your statement as we all, challenged ourselves doing last week? Or if there's any breakthrough that you would like to share really quickly, if that's you, please press *6 to unmute your line. I'll go ahead and wait for somebody to do that. Or maybe I need to do it. Hold on a second real quick. Okay, there we go. I just unmuted you guys. Anybody want to share?
Yeah, this is Gabby. Good morning.
Okay, Gabby, I'm going to close the lines. If you can press *6 in a second. Hold on. Okay, Gabby, press *6 just once.
Am I good? Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay, great. Yeah, actually, I did take on the challenge, and it's called it's your what's it called? It's DMP. Forgot what it stands for. It's your major purpose. Okay, your major purpose in life. And it's basically a statement that you read out loud every morning, and it talks about how it affects your subconscious mind. And whenever you read your definite major purpose, it's like you really have to put some enthusiasm and it's been kind of, for me at the beginning it was kind of funny because I'm not a very enthusiastic person, but it got to be to where it becomes real. I read it every morning and I read it aloud every time before I go to bed, and we don't we're practicing the effect of how our subconscious mind actually makes us do everything that we do, and nobody teaches this thing. So I have been doing it, and it's been pretty great. I notice I'm more focused, like Carla was saying, and it's actually a promise to myself, something to do every single day. So.
Awesome. Hey, Gabby, last week you were sharing with me something that I thought was really, really great. Could you share with everybody on the call really briefly? Gabriel and I, we were talking about how, you can literally, at a moment of thought, change how you feel about anything. Can you share with us that? Can you share that with us, Gabriel?
Yeah, it's called we have a gift. It is called the power of dual thought. And every time something happens to you, you automatically are going to make it mean something. Whether it be good, whether it be bad, you'll actually make it mean something. Now, if you're aware that, like you being on this call, it could mean something to you. You can actually be excited, or you could be like, man, this guy should have been on the phone. You can make it mean that the Raul's not on the phone. You can actually have a bad experience on the call right now if you choose to. So the moment you know that you can actually choose the experience and you are aware of it, you're constantly making yourself aware of all that. Anything that happens to you, are going to make it mean something, then you can choose to make it mean what it empowers to you. And the other thing, if you have if something bad happens, you can actually immediately go into your definite major purpose. You can start reading out loud or thinking about your purpose in life, and that would automatically get you back on track. So I think was that what it was, Carla?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, one of the things that I got from what Gabriel was said is we've been talking about these calls all year long, and that is that when the more self-aware you are and the more conscious you are about your thoughts, the more you have, I hate to use the word control, but I think that's an appropriate word, but the more control you have, the more grip you have on them. So at any moment of thought, something crosses your mind, now you can choose to own it or let it go. If it serves you, great, and if it doesn't, to completely be able to have the ability to say that thought doesn't serve me, and then replace it with something that does. And so, Raul, are you on the line? I heard it click. Okay, so that's one of the things that I wanted Gabriel to share, so thank you so much. Anybody else want to share what your morning rituals have been? Have you taken on the challenge of the declaration? If you do, press star 6 once, please.
Hi, Carla.
Hello.
Hi, it's Celia from Fresno. I actually took it on too. Once I started the whole Herbalife, once I became a member, I was taking more time out of my relationship to do what I had to do, And I felt the great opportunity, so I went and took it. But I noticed that me and my husband were falling apart, and he just wasn't on the same page that I was. And at first I was just like, it's going to be okay. I'm going to do it. I was kind of ignoring him to do what I had to do, and it was working. But at the end, not the end, but towards the middle when I started getting more into it, I was kind of feeling empty that I didn't have, his support, he wasn't there, and it hurt me that we were falling apart, And so I took it on saying that I was going to, do those little things that would make him know that I was still there, to keep our fire going, to keep it there, to keep it hanging on, because it got really close. So I took it on, and every morning I've been doing the TGIM, the little YouTube videos with Eric Thomas and stuff, and I share with him every now and then, and we talk about it. So it's been helping, and it gets me excited just to know that it's back, So it feels awesome.
Thank you so much for that. And I'm going to add something while Raul gets on the call here, I want to add some value to that, and that is one of the concepts that we have been doing on these calls, and that I've been sharing with you, is that I've been really authentic about my personal struggles and my, thoughts in my mind, and all the things that sometimes we all go through as human beings. It's not just as Herbalife distributors. As human beings, we go through things. Whether you're a doctor or whatever it is that we have personal challenges. How do we balance our personal life and our business? And one of the things. One of the things I can honestly say that has drastically contributed to my life is to be self-aware of the things that matter to me. And if you have not gone to that core 4 thing, you want to listen to that core 4 concept, because really, and that is you taking the time every single day. It doesn't take much to have something drastic happen in your life. Absolutely. You declaring every single morning the things that you're going to do. And one of the things I will tell you that has made a drastic difference for me is to visualize at night before I go to sleep. I visualize my next day. So, for example, last night I went to bed pretty late. But before I went to bed, I wrote down my little statement. I actually wrote down, I acknowledged myself first for having an amazing day yesterday. I was on track with my meal plan. I was productive with my team. So the first sentence on my little notebook is that I wrote, I am so proud of myself, because one of the things that I learned from my brother, and I think this is so fundamental as human beings, and that is humans they have the need to progress. We have to feel like we're progressing in life. Otherwise, we get stagnant. And here's the thing. So many times, like I'm one of them, I do really well. Okay, maybe not all the time, but a lot of the times, I do really well at beating myself up. For example, if some people, they have to feel good. Or they look in the mirror and they have to look good to feel good or to get motivated to the gym. And if they feel, heavy or fat or sluggish, they don't get motivated. For me, if I look at myself and if I don't like what I see, it brings this desire to do better, and it makes me go to the gym. Okay? So everybody's different. Nevertheless, regardless of what your motivation, how you motivate yourself, regardless, one of the things that is true is that all of us want to feel and need to feel like we're progressing in life. So in order for that to happen, we can't always just beat ourselves up. We can't just always be like, oh, we can do more and demand more of ourselves. While that might be a winning formula for some of us, we still need to feel like we're progressing. So last night, I took that on. When Gabriel told me that, I was like, that is so true, right? Because he was sharing on the call. I have a call with my CAP team, and he was sharing with them how he has his customers feel like they're winning. He has his customers feel like they're progressing. And as human beings, we need that. So last night before I went to sleep, I declared, congratulations, I'm so proud of myself. I was totally on it with my meal plans, with my water. I was super productive with my calls, and then I made my declaration, my burning desire is blah, blah, blah. I declared it by what day, etc., right? And then at the end of it, before I went to sleep, I just kind of like closed my eyes, and I thought, okay, tomorrow I'm going to wake up at 5:30. I'm going to meditate for a half an hour, and I totally broke down my morning, right? I'm going to work out so that I can be on the call, on time. And the fact that I did that before I went to sleep did a drastic, thing for me in the morning. I woke up at 5:30 with like no effort. I meditated. I did my morning meditation. I did my thing. I went to the gym, and here I am on the call. And it's amazing when you put your focus on something, you will actually lean your energy towards it. So having said that, so many times, and I know I'm kind of sometimes guilty of it, we put all of our attention and all of our energy on our business or on our body, and we forget the other part, which is our relationships, right? So, one of the things that you can take on is definitely the Core 4 concept, and be conscious every single day of doing something to invest in your relationships. Just the way we do it for our bodies and for our business, do something every single day to make sure that the people that you love feel that love. So thank you so much for sharing that, because I'm telling you, you're not the only person on the line who sometimes struggles with balancing your personal life, and making sure that the people that you love know that you love them while you're building your business and taking care of your body and taking care of your household and doing all of those things. But one of the things I've noticed, you guys, is that it doesn't take much. A little text here and there, a little post-it here and there, a little note, a little whatever, a little call, any little thing can like Jim Rohn says, the magic is in the details. Okay? So thank you so much for that. Raul, are you on? I heard it beep. Okay. So anyhow, I just wanted to say, I wanted to say that. So listen, I don't know if I'm not too sure if he got on the call or. What I want to do really quick is let's go ahead, just in case he doesn't make it on the call today. I know that he had another call schedule that he forgot about, but let's go ahead and build on the second foundation of the principles of the Think and Grow Rich, and that is, so last week we built on the burning desire. Okay, so this week let's go ahead and that is faith. Okay, so you want to write this down. I'm actually going to go ahead and read a little paragraph of it, so I think this will make a lot of sense, okay? So here it is, faith. The visualization of and belief in the attainment of your desire. So I'm going to say that again. Faith. The visualization of and believe in attainment of desire. Faith is the head chemist of the mind. When faith is blended with a burning desire, your subconscious mind instantly picks up the vibration, translates it into its spiritual equivalent, and transmits it to the infinite intelligence, as in the case of prayer. Okay? So what the heck does that mean? So here's one of the things I know. And we've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks. We were doing a full neuroscience, and again, those calls are also on entrepreneur intelligence. And that is, when you know what you want, okay, and you have that burning desire, and you're really specific, like the amount, and you have the declaration like we did on last week's call, and now you have the faith, and you start visualizing, you really start to bring it into your core that you really are going to have, or that you really do believe that you will have and attain whatever it is that you put on your piece of paper. So, for example, one of the things that we talked about last week was, let's say your burning desire is that you want to get to the next level by Extravaganza 2015, right? So here you are meditating and visualizing, and literally you closing your eyes, and you're starting to visualize, and you maybe even saying it out loud, my burning desire is to get to, and then if your world to get milk, whatever it is, right? My burning desire is to get to the next level by Extravaganza 2015. And what I will do to achieve it is, and then you make your declaration of your plan. And you literally, as you're saying this, you're closing your eyes and you're visualizing it, and you bring it to your body where you actually feel like you will obtain it. And you have this, and you combine that burning desire with faith, and you bring it down to your core where there's like this neural path connections, going on in your brain. I'm telling you, if you do this, your body will not know, because your brain does not know the difference between truth and imagination. One of the videos that I put on my website, they actually were able to scientifically prove that somebody could, pretend to do something, and they're not doing it. They're just closing their eyes, and they're putting it together in their mind. Let's just say playing the piano, for example, right? And like if somebody's playing the piano and they scan their brain, they could see the paths that are firing off in the brain, right? But if somebody is not physically playing the piano, but they can close their eyes and they know how to play the piano, so they're playing it in their mind, the same neural path will fire off as when they were playing. I mean, that's just, if you think about that, you guys, that's just amazing. The brain is just the most amazing tool we have. So if you actually put into practice last week's call and really declare every single morning and say out loud your declaration and, close your eyes in the morning and really visualize what it is that you have, that burning desire, and then bring it in with faith, in the form of prayer. It could be, personally, I start my morning meditation by getting present to everything I'm grateful to. Thanking God for everything that I'm so grateful for. And I start, with my health, what I have in my life, and then I literally am grateful for my family, and I go one by one. I thank God for what He's done with our family and our health, and that we're good and we're okay, all those things. And that puts me in such a good place. And then from there, I then say out loud my declaration. I sometimes say it out loud. Sometimes I just say it, in my mind, and I literally close my eyes and I visualize what I have. And one of the declarations that I have, there's two of them. One of them is for my body, and the other one's for my business. So what I do is when I'm thinking about, I start making that declaration for my body and my health, I literally visualize my body and my health as if I am already there. And I literally allow myself to feel the sensation that I'm going to feel when I accomplish that goal that I have, right? And, for those of you, I don't know if you know, but I did a bikini competition, and that's really how I was able to get my body to that level in less than 3 months. People ask me all the time, how did you do it? Well, yeah, it was definitely diet and exercise and taking all my products, but what allowed me to stay focused and what allowed me to not give in to the sweets, because let me tell you, I have a real sweet tooth, right? What allowed me to not give in was that every single morning I literally would close my eyes and I would visualize what my body was going to look like up on stage. And I would literally visualize myself walking out in my pink bikini, and I was there. So the day that I did my competition, I had already been there. I had already done that, right? It was just now it's a matter of time that I did it. So now that I'm doing that again, I'm literally closing my eyes and I'm taking myself there, how I feel, and I just thank my body for everything it's done. And I just say, my body's a fat burning machine. It's strong, it's energetic, it's fit. And I literally declare what I want my body to be. And no kidding, you guys, I feel like this little sensation of little ants, all over my body, because I know that chemically things are happening inside of me, and that all comes from having that burning desire along with faith. Okay? And then I do the same thing with my business. I literally declare what I want and when I want it and what I'm going to accomplish, what I'm going to do to achieve it. So you guys have got to start trying this out. I'm telling you, it's pretty addicting. Once like Gabriel said, at the beginning, you feel kind of weird about it because you're kind of like, well, I don't know, you kind of feel phony. I remember the first couple of times that I meditated, I ended up falling asleep. Okay. And at the second time, I was like, I need to put an alarm on my phone because I literally would just fall asleep. Okay. So, but now, the more you do it, the stronger that muscle gets. And I was actually talking to a friend the other day, and I was telling her, I'm like, it's crazy because, I've been doing a lot of research on neuroscience, and, I now know, that anytime you ask your brain a question, anytime you ask it to go into the inquiry of something, your brain will not rest, will not stop until it achieves it, until it finds the answer. So what ends up happening is, let's say you say how can I want to get to the next level. How can I am a magnet for attracting strong, independent leaders. I must find these people. Where can I find them, right? And then I'm telling you, all of a sudden, like maybe a week later, 2 days later, out of nowhere, boom, you'll get an idea. It's the weirdest thing, right? But you got to strengthen that muscle. You doing this every single day, you're telling your brain, the frontal lobe of your brain is that part of your brain that goes to work. Now, it's not a coincidence that's in the front of your head where your sixth chakra is. That's a whole other story. But you guys, if you really can get that we're connected to something way bigger than you and I, that we're connected to something that we can't even, fathom, and we can't even see, and you really start channeling in your visualization and you bring it in with faith and you own it in your body, as science has proven, it is only a matter of time of when you will achieve it. It is only a matter of time of when you're going to have it, And when that occurs, you guys, it's like magic. It will come to you in the least way that you're going to expect it. So that's it. It's exactly 9:30. I want to thank everybody for getting on the call on time. For those of you who's the first time you've been on these calls, we've got all the call series on entrepreneurintelligence.com, and this call will be recorded until next week. All you got to do is change the last two numbers to 99. So instead of, the number 00, the last two changes to 99, the same code, and the call will be recorded until next week. With that said, hang on, don't hang up. I'm going to open the lines to see if you guys have any questions or any comments before we say goodbye. So hold on.